What up? What up? What up? Y'all seeing this? Good morning to y'all. We out here on another day, as y'all can see. It is the 5th. Is it the 5th? Yep, it's the 5th. So y'all know what today is, man. It's go out and vote day. If you ain't do your early mail-in ballots or early vote, make sure y'all go in early. Get your vote on, man. Exercise that right. There's too many people that have come before us that have risked a lot, blood, sweat, and tears, and all that in between, in order for us to get out and and do that. So I feel like you'll be doing a disservice sometimes, even if you don't, if you don't do it, regardless of who bubbling your name in the ballot for. I feel like you're doing your peoples a disservice if you don't go out there and do what was so sacrificed for. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, what's popping with y'all today? I ain't got nothing going on, as y'all can see on the clock in the van, getting to it as every day. No overtime though. Like my boy Randall said in here last live that we did, no overtime, man. We just strictly regular time, but we do work a lot, so you know how that be. But I know it's early in the morning. I know all y'all is just waking up, just getting on the clock. What up, big dog, man? What up, Sean? Yeah, man. We out here, as you can see, early morning, getting to it. It's 9 o'clock where I'm at, but I've been out on the street since about 5 and some change, so I ain't sure the time where y'all at. Some of y'all East Coast, some of y'all Mountain Time, some of y'all West Coast or whatever. But yeah, we out here early getting to it. And yeah, so let's talk. Let's talk guns. Let's talk politics this morning. Since that's one of the big things. We got a whole lot of other things on the chopping block that we need to be addressing. Not on my end, but as far as the people in charge and what they need to be addressing, what they need to be taking care of, and what they need to be doing for the people. Because we the ones who are affected by a lot of the stuff that's going on. So when those laws and those everything comes into play, we need people to sign off for the right thing, and we need people to push to the side the wrong thing. But that got a lot to do with not only who you voting for on the top, the top level, but even down in your local community areas, because at one point in time, people was kind of saying, like, you're not gonna see no change when you get a new president, and that you need to vote to change your environment in your area where you at. And I remember voting one cycle, and within like a year's time, everything that everybody voted for during that election, a time within my city or whatever, we actually seeing the changes. So I get what people say, you got to vote for, not only just on the large scale, but you got to vote down, on your end where you at. And that's, you're going to really see a major difference in your community and in your environment. So voting is paramount, man. Voting is paramount. So if you can get out and do it, go do it. If you did it early, salute you for doing it early. And man, like I said, we got to go do that. For our folks who have sacrificed so much, they did so much in order to do it. So many people lost their lives. So many people were, affected by that. It's a disservice if you don't go and do that. In my opinion, it's a disservice. Don't matter who you vote for. Don't matter whether you left, right, in between, neutral, whatever. Just go and exercise that right, because it's a lot of people who ain't here no more, and they literally lost their lives for trying to have the opportunity to do that. So it's a disservice if you don't go and do it. But that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Some people probably look at it a little different, but I mean, that's just how I see it. But what up to all y'all that's checking in, tapping in this morning, man? I appreciate y'all coming and checking out the live. I'm trying to do a little bit more live more often now, since I kind of get tired of just posting shorts and posting, videos and stuff like that. So I try to make myself accessible to the people. I guess this is about the best that I can do right here, outside of pulling up in somebody's city and meeting y'all and, doing something. But anybody who want to do any type of collaborations or anything like that, I'm down. I'm always trying to not only push the community forward on my end, but I'm also willing to work with other people to help push the community as well, because it's a lot of us that's on the same level as far as mindset and what we're trying to do for this thing. And yeah, so anybody want to do any type of collaborations, anybody want to tap in, do any type of lives together, meet up, hit the range together if you down here in the area, anybody want to fly, meet up somewhere, do a meet and greet, whatever the case may be, Right now I'm trying to get in the SHOT Show, so I'm trying to figure out how to get a pass. And once I get a pass, then I get the SHOT Show, and that that'll pretty much be the that'll be a milestone in my career of doing this, honestly, because I always wanted to go to SHOT Show. And when I found out you had to be like a somebody in order to even get there, I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna get there. Just wait. So I think this year I'm gonna make it. This year I'm gonna make it. I'm trying. And when I get there, you go know it, because we go turn up. We go turn all the way up. For real. It's salted caramel cold brew. That's what it is, yeah. I don't need it because I ain't gonna lie to you. I had this right here this morning before I even left out of my neighborhood. So I'm wired on coffee. And yeah, I'm gonna be amped up today, but it's cool though. I gotta go to Academy. I gotta pick up some ammo that I ordered online. So I'm gonna go pick that up. Make sure that y'all getting y'all ammo together. That's not to say that people go be out here needing ammo because you finna be defending, you know, every neighborhood and house and all that. It's just one of them things that you just need to have. And when it's time to use it, you want to make sure that you got the best stuff that you can use. I see a lot of people go out and buy up a whole bunch of training ammo, and you go to the stores and you're trying to buy ammo and you be like, man, ain't no ammo here. Most of the time everybody done bought up training ammo, but you can't buy up training ammo and then stress to other people how, oh well, you need to have hollow point this and hollow point that. But I'm like, when the ammo was scarce, all y'all did was just buy training ammo. So we just buy a whole bunch of training ammo just to say that you got it, but it's not what you would want to use in any type of combat environment. But you know what, at the same time, that's dependent on the environment that you in, because some people might be in an environment where, you know, having those training rounds to 55 grains might, you know, work in their favor. But for me, I'm more of a 75, 77 grain guy when it comes to 5.56, and then with 9mm, I'm more of a 124 and 115 grain. But I like a little bit lighter grain on my pistol as far as handguns, 9mm and stuff like that. But once I start going up to higher calibers and I start getting around to that you know, that rifle range, then I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm probably go with like a 75 or 77. I might go 62 grain, but that's just depending on the stock of what I have. And most times going to that 62 grain is going to be my last option, honestly. I like it, but like I said, it's just gonna be my last option. What y'all running though? I'm kind of curious to know what kind of self-defense ammo do you all run, as far as brand, grain, things of that nature. So y'all let me know, man. Put it down in the comment section so we can see what y'all running, because I know a lot of people actually be running like 115 grain ball ammo as they self-defense ammo. And I ain't knocking nobody, because if that's all you got, then that's all you got. And some people just don't know. And that's why we here, so that we can explain some of this stuff to people so they can recognize and understand. It's like, you got certain different types of ammo. You got ammo for the range, and then you got ammo for self-defense. And some people think that one is just as good as the other, or that they're exactly the same, when they not. Because if you look online and you watch some reviews, you watch some, you know, torture tests, jail tests, and things of that nature, you'll realize that these hollow points ain't like training ammo. And most of the time, ball ammo is just go shoot straight through. But it's crazy, because in the military, all we use was ball ammo all the time. Train with ball ammo and everything, you know. But I guess you shoot one person, they down, another person got to help them to stop the bleeding, and now you done took two people out of the fight. So it makes sense, I guess. But anyway, I'm a hollow point kind of guy. I like the V Crown 6 or V Crown 124 grain. That's probably like my favorite. Anything after that will probably be Hornady critical. I think it's Hornady critical defense. I run those too, as far as in my pistol. And in my rifle, I run Hornady 77 grain and Hornady 72 grain. And I think that's about it. Anything else that I'm shooting is just basically training ammo. It ain't nothing special. And I run some 62 grain green tips, but those are Winchester. And it's another company that I'll run those green tips with, but I forget the name of the company though. It's on the box at the house. I just forget the name of the company because I'm so used to running the 62 grain Remingtons. And I bought so much of them. Like I was buying them in like the case for like 200 or something like that. So I had a lot of them to shoot. And I've ran through maybe like 2 or 3 cases of that a while ago, you know. And it was funny, somebody was telling me that 14.5 Ricky build that I have, they were saying like, oh, it don't look like you used it, it's a safe queen. And I'm like, first off, I ain't got no safe. Second off, when I go to the range, I try to shoot every gun that I got. Now, if I ain't throwing it, I ain't throwing it around or nothing like that. So of course it ain't finna have all the scratches and marring and stuff like that on it. Not do I care, but some people, they just weird, man. They just weird. You'd be like, oh well, I bought a $2,000 gun or I built a $3,000 gun. I'm not finna let it get scratched or this and that. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. But it just because it's scratching at all this character don't mean that it's not efficient weapon. It just means that person probably just ain't been jumping it around on the ground and throwing it all over the place. But everybody got their opinions on stuff like that. To me, it don't matter. Um, if you got it, shoot it. Shoot it how you want to shoot it. If you want to lay on the ground with it and shoot it, cool. If you want to lay in the woods, put it up against a tree, cool. And if you don't want to see a speck of dust, that's good with you too, because as long as it's going bang every time that you pull that trigger, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters. And I think I don't have as much of a emotional attachment when it comes to whether or not my firearm's getting dirty, because when I was about 16, I always wanted a pair of Jordans growing up. Always wanted a pair of Jordans. Never got them. Finally got a job at Ladies Foot Locker with my cousin Shafana, Booby. What up, Booby? And yeah, got the job, bought my first pair of Jordans. It was the 13s with the blue and the Flint gray. I got them shoes thinking I'm finna feel something different. I wanted them all my life, and I finally got them, and I realized I felt no different. I almost felt like it was a waste of money, honestly. So that just goes to show you my relationship when it comes to having emotional attachment to stuff that I spend a lot of money on. So if it's a gun, if I want to spray it, I'm gonna spray it. If I want to, take it outside, roll in the dirt with it, get it all wet and stuff, then I'm gonna do that. It's just a weapon, but some people put so much emotional attachment to it that it just make it just awkward. Who that? What up? I see you, Black Guns. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. To anybody that's in here right now, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in. If you want to hit the like button or whatever, hit the like button. If you want to go to the channel and subscribe, go to the channel and subscribe, man. I just appreciate y'all for tapping in and locking in with me for real on this early morning. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm just trying to, be more engaged with you guys. I know I do a lot of posts and a lot of videos and shorts and stuff like that, but I feel like this is a whole lot better because now we really get to interact and talk, and you get to ask your questions. But yeah, getting out to vote today. Once I get a chance, I get off work early. I got to stop by Academy, like I said. Then I'm gonna go and get ready to cast my ballot, put my vote in. Don't really matter who I'm voting for. It's just I'm out voting, and I feel like all y'all should, like I said, go out and vote. Vote for your area, vote for what's going on in your community, and then also vote, for the top, for the big dogs, the people that's gonna run it or be the face of the free world, as far as the face of the United States. But yeah, as long as they helping out military, man, as long as they helping out veterans, as long as they helping the homeless, as long as they helping the educational system, paying teachers more money, decreasing this high ass inflation that we got going on, paying first responders more money, paying these construction workers more money, bringing more jobs, more that are building things here and keeping it here, as far as the stuff that you get that it say is made in China, more stuff need to be said that it's made in the USA. Now I get it, it is what it is. Some people just don't have the money and resources in certain countries, so we provide them the opportunity to create things and to have income and make a living. You go to India and you see that all of the denim and stuff like that that's coming from Gap and Old Navy and places like that, Target. You be like, dang, that's where they making all of the jeans at. It's like, yeah, it's over there. But if that company went there, then those people probably wouldn't have a lot going on. But they turn into like sweatshops. They have them working like all day long. I seen one thing where they had people in India working where everybody got on like a bus or a boat and they went to where they work at, and they work for so many days before they go back. But it's like, that's crazy. You got people who had to get on the boat, get on the bus, drive all the way over here, hours and hours away, to just to go work, and y'all work them non-stop for like 2 weeks straight and then let them go back home and they get paid. And it's like, that's dumb. But it's cheaper probably to build the factory out there. It's cheaper to pay the people out there. It's cheaper with the insurance if they even have to pay it. And I'm like, okay, if you got that building with that structure in that facility, and they're creating all these, like I said, denim, using that for example, all these different denim jeans, this and that. Why can't we just keep that here? It's somewhere in Tennessee, Iowa, somewhere that you could put that manufacturing building and have people working there, and then you pay them a fair wage, and then that's more jobs for, you know, for the community, for the area, for the state. Just like people say, we had such a high influx of employment once a certain person got in the office, and they created so many jobs. But I'm kind of like, well, if we go back to 2020 where everybody was losing their jobs, like I lost my job, and a lot of people I know that I worked with lost their jobs, and then you move forward with that person that's in charge once COVID dies down and more people go back to work, you really can't say you created the jobs. It's just the COVID started to dwindle down and people were starting to like open back up and go back to work. So they pretty much just filled a void that was already empty. But you can't call the new jobs. They're just jobs that people had and they just went back to work. And so you can't consider that saying like, oh, well, they got a new job now. We created, you know, 10 new jobs. And it's like, nah, it ain't 10 new jobs. It's just the 10 people that had got laid off because of COVID came back to work. And now that's 10 jobs that they filled that was already there to begin with. But I could be wrong, you know. Yeah, you right. What was that, Bobby? Yeah, you right, man. All of the conditions that they work in is like deplorable. I heard that they be working them people so hard in some of them places outside of the country where they outsource these factories and stuff at, that they put nets around the top of the building because they work people so hard that people be trying to jump off and kill themselves. Have them working all day long. I think that's when a lot of people was what was it, meth? In some places back in the day, they was giving all the employees meth to keep them up, to keep them constantly working so they weren't losing no production time. And that's crazy, but it happened. So bring them jobs back, man. Bring them back. I know a lot of people is having factories and jobs like that that's moving to the South because it's cheaper. Land is cheaper, you know, it's cheaper to build. They could pay less wages when you bring it down here. Like they had the Mercedes plant that moved down here to Alabama. And, you know, I'm like, well, they could have put that, you know, in Jersey. They could have put that in Cali or something like that. But they put it down here, and I get why. But that's cool if you can keep everything like that. Okay, cool. Y'all trying to save some bread, so y'all build it down in the South. That's great. You bring people who in the city that probably don't make a lot of money, and the average income might be $35,000. That's cool. Bring it down there and let them people make some money, work their overtime, and that average 35 that they typically would have made, now it make about 60 because they grinding hard and doing their overtime. But don't take those factories and then ship them somewhere else, and then now you could pay the people less, and that's more jobs that people here could have picked up. But like I say, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Just like you have people who come in here who are working but don't have citizenship. I ain't got no problem with that because I was in the Navy, and I know a lot of people who gained their citizenship while we were on deployment. We did a special little thing for them on the mess decks. You know, everybody clapped it up for them. They took pictures with the skipper. We was happy, especially for our peoples, you know, that worked in our departments and our divisions. We was happy for them. So I ain't got no problem with that, having, you know, getting your citizenship here. But when you hear some people might come here and then they're working jobs that aren't paying any taxes, and that's the problem. Because when I lived in my old apartment complex in Hoover, if I would leave out in the morning when I was working security, it might be like maybe 15 people outside waiting for somebody to pull up so that they could get a job, and they'd be bounced for the day, whether it's paint, construction, landscape, whatever. And they waiting right there. They hop on the truck. People ask them like, what you doing? You know, you know how to work this, you know how to work the air compressor, you know how to work the whatever. They hop in the truck, they leave. They come back, they hop off the truck, they go home, they got paid. But they ain't pay no taxes because they got paid straight out of pocket. So if you go to work and they go to work and they go to work for 10 days and you go to work for 10 days, after 10 days, they get all $10 of their money because they get paid $1. You say, example, $1 a day. They get all 10 days, all $10. You go to work for 10 days, you probably go come back with about $6.15 after taxes come out, after insurance come out, after you know, eye and dental. You at $6.25. Like, how you can't beat that. That's, you know, and I feel like that ain't no different than somebody that sell weed. or sell any type of narcotic or sell anything, t-shirts, whatever. If you ain't giving money back to the government, then it's kind of like y'all all in the same bracket. Some people just put out a product that hurts and harms people, then some people put out a product where they just spraying somebody's house, but neither of the people are paying taxes, and then that helps. I feel like that hurts the economy, but that's just the way it go, you know what I mean? But somebody gonna have to get down there and do something about that situation down there, because ain't no way we should be able to look. And I know it's sometimes just the news and the media, and you know the media like to play games with people when it comes to what's said, what you see, and all that kind of stuff. But seeing just thousands of people just like posted up out there, tents and all that, and you tell me like all these people gonna just come over here, not including the 10, 20, thousand that might be come over, on a daily basis, and you can see them like literally just run across that joint. But that's wild. Let me see, they need to bring back factories all over. This is so much land being bought up, and these huge storage shipments. Nothing with them. Yep. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied, Bobby. Never lied. So, they got to do something about this. They got to fix this, because we want this fixed. We not out here we ain't out here asking for a lot. We asking for a little. I mean, and it's just the small things that people they either don't want to address it, or they just want to run you and talk you around in circles about stuff and tell you what their plan is. But even the main points that they talking about it's crazy. That's what I say, man. Y'all out tomorrow after the election results come out. Between now and then, I guess they got the change of the handing off of the torch or whatever you want to call it. I think in January or whatever. But tomorrow, y'all got to stand by, because if this thing don't turn out the way that the majority wants, then you go see a lot of people from a certain side starting to cut up in these major cities, and a lot of people are already protesting and ready down in DC. From what I've seen, they've been out there a couple days, as a matter of fact. So they ready. There's a lot of people out there ready. They ready to book and go wild. So I ain't trying to see that, but I know what the reality is, and we've seen it before. So if people come out in these cities, you stay in these major cities, man, make sure you stay in the house if you can, especially at night. Because I feel like it's gonna be a lot of drama that's gonna go on when the other side doesn't get what it is that they want. And I ain't trying to be involved in that. I ain't trying to be with that. If I got to ride around in the van, best believe I'm carrying more than just this handgun on me. I might even bring the plate carrier out. And I don't plan on using it, but it's just like insurance. You have it for 10 years, never get into an accident, but you pay $200, $300 some dollars a month for the car. So it's just better safe to have it than not. And that's one time, like, I'm real big on the threat level, just like I was when we was in the Navy. We had, the threat con. So increase your threat level, when that times are getting higher, and then it's more probable chance of something happening. And then when it's not, you adjust for it. It's at the low level, then you adjust for it. And when it's at the high, you treat it like it's at the high. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being prepared. Ain't nothing wrong with protecting yourself. And ain't nothing wrong with being out here ready to protect your. But nah, threat con level gonna be real high moving forward. So I'm gonna adjust, and I'm gonna move accordingly, especially because I'm in the van all day driving. So I'm always in and out of the city. I'm downtown right now. So this could be tomorrow, and they could be popping off down here. Now I got to figure out, do I want to take a client, drop them off, pick them up? I might change my mind, just say they gonna have to figure it out on their own, because I ain't finna put myself in that kind of position. But if I get boxed in or something like that, then stand by, because I don't have no problem with letting them 77 grains off. It's just what it is, And I know how to move, and yeah, I ain't worried about that. Then I'm gonna call my cousin, because he is he a sergeant out here for one of the police departments. I ain't gonna say which one. So yeah, I won't be worried about much. I'll call him first, and then once I hop up out of here, it'll be on the popping. Was out today in DC, CVS. Hey, I already know CVS boarded up. I'd have seen it so many times. I remember watching when they had the Mike Brown situation happen. I think it was in St. Louis or something like that. And people was going wild out there. I'm talking about just wilding. And I remember watching it on the news, and the first thing I thought, and my grandma, she not doing her best. So yeah, it's a hard time for us right now in the family, with my grandma going through what she going through. But at the time when my grandma was cool, she was all right. And the first thing that I thought about when I saw all of the destruction and stuff was going on, I was like, what if my grandma needed some medication? What if she needed some insulin or something like that, and we had to go get it that day? But now y'all done destroyed every CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, and now y'all stole all of the drugs out of there. So it's like, okay, now I'm screwed because I might not be able to get my granny what she need, and I might not even be able to get out of the area because the police presence probably ain't letting nobody move around. So that's a big reason why I'm so against all of that rioting and all that shit. Like, you know, I get people want to let out their frustrations and people is mad, but when it comes to certain things like tearing up these Walmarts and stealing all the medication and, you know, tearing up your local pharmacies and stuff, I'm like, nah, bro, because there's a lot of people out here who need their medication and you screwing them over. And I take even personal offense for that because the line of work that I'm in is in, you know, medical transportation for a lot of, you know, people. I'm not gonna tell you the company, but, you know, we, you know, transport a lot of people to appointments, dialysis, you know, you name it, we transport them there. So I'd hate to find out that one of my clients or somebody that I typically drive around, they were affected by some people going crazy out here and tearing up the stores and this and that, and they couldn't get their medication. I'd be like, damn, that's messed up, you know? Because I rock with my clients, and a lot of clients, you know, we done built a tight relationship because we've been rocking for so long that, you know, they could not have the bread to pay one day, and I either pay it out of my pocket or I do it for free. You know, just kind of relationship that we got with some of our clients, and that's a great thing. But to put them at a disadvantage because people want to go out here and ride and tear up the medical stores and, you know, all that, like, nah, that ain't even it right there. That is not it. Not even the least bit. Starbucks hidden too. I'm about to get ready to get off this live with y'all because I got to get on to my next client in about the next, I think it's like 15 minutes to get there. Yeah, like how you go block the medical vehicles, how you go block the paramedics and stuff like that. That ain't right. And see, those are the times when I feel like we as citizens and we as people who are down to protect our community are supposed to step in for stuff like that. We just got to know how to do it the right way, so that way when we do it, there is no, you know, real harsh backlash on us for protecting our city, protecting our community. But I couldn't see somebody blocking in a you know, a fire, not fire, ambulance or something like that, and I'm like there and not get out and, you know what I mean, and try and be some type of deterrent for them, for that blockade, because it ain't right. It definitely ain't right. And at the end of the day, you know, if I gotta, you know, go see the man, judge, or whatever, they go understand it. They go respect it. I'm a veteran. I'm trained. I've been trained in different states, certified. Um, they now holler points, they safety expansion rounds, so they can make sure that whatever they hit, they break up in, and they don't penetrate through and hit other people behind them, causing a whole bunch of carnage and collateral damage. So you got to know how to word your stuff, and you'll be all right, man. Know how to word you. I like how you realize that you rationalize that you could be. I don't know how you can rationalize that. I really don't. But I don't know, man. Life's so precious, and some people willing to take it for nothing. And you know, if you have to take it because you standing on business and you standing on principle and moral, and, you know, you keeping God first, because God go judge you. You know, you pray for God to put you in position to be a beacon of light, a salt, to, you know, light to the salt, salt to the light, you know, whatever they call it. But yeah, be it for your human being, man. Be it for your next man, because we all got God in us. So, you know, just as much as we've been there for ourselves and God watching over us, we've been there for God even when God's in, you know, he's in other people. We protecting him. You know, some of us are lions and some of us are lambs. And I'm a lion. It's just what it is. So I'm gonna protect the lambs when I can. You know, but God gave me that ability to be able to do that. He gave me the strength to be able to do that, the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, discernment, you know, the capabilities. He gave me all that. So, you know, I'm good. I'm doing it all in God's hand and for God. And these people get wrong, then I'm just have to, you know, I'm gonna have to spank them. You know what I mean? I have to spank them. You know, I can't let you hurt one of God's people if I'm there. It just don't work like that. I'm loaded up with federal HS. I like HSTs. Okay. Yeah, I like them federal HSTs. I rock with them boys for real, for real. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. But that's it, man. I've been on here for about 30 minutes. I got to get ready to go and make my next run. But I appreciate y'all tapping in. Like I said, I just enjoy talking to y'all. You know, us just staying in contact with one another. I like this a whole lot better than just posting and doing shorts and stuff. I mean, I could do them all day, but I like this a whole lot better. I like the intimate one-on-one. Y'all ask questions, speak. You know, woo. Bobby, I see you always tapping in, so I appreciate you, man. And I'm gonna holler back at y'all. I might do another live later on tonight while I'm watching the news or whatever, and you know, we kind of talk about all that. So I'm gonna holler back at y'all. I love you all. Have a good day. Be safe. Keep God first, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace.